Imagine this, a city where the sun becomes a rumor, where children go to school wearing masks long before COVID, where sky turns so grey that even noon feels like late evening. Feels like Delhi in winter, right? But no, this was Beijing, a city once so polluted that people said they had forgotten what blue sky looked like. A city that hit AQI numbers Delhi hasn't even touched yet.
This is time-lapse footage of the smog creeping in over the capital. By midday on Saturday, it's a near whiteout, the dense pollution smothering the city. By Monday morning, hospitals were reporting a flood of people arriving complaining of having trouble breathing.
And here's the twist, the same Beijing managed to reduce pollution almost by half in less than a decade. So the big question is, can Delhi follow Beijing's epic cleanup blueprint, or is that transformation only possible in China? Let's find out. To understand Beijing's solution, we have to understand Beijing's collapse. This year was 2013. The AQI hit levels above 900, numbers that technically don't even fit in a standard AQI scale. Flights were grounded, schools were shut, people lined up to buy air purifiers the way we bought sanitizer in 2020. Doctors called it living inside a cigarette. Then something happened that changed everything. A 6-year-old girl said in an interview that she had never seen stars in her life. That one moment shook the nation. It was no longer a pollution problem, it became a national embarrassment. And China triggered what it called the war on pollution. Beijing didn't rely on one master stroke. It launched a multi-layer transformation. First, it went after coal. Entire coal power plants inside the city were shut down or relocated. Millions of homes that depended on coal for winter heating were shifted to cleaner gas systems. Next comes industries. Factories around Beijing were forced to either upgrade, clean up their emissions, or move out of the region entirely. Then Beijing changed its transport DNA. Electric buses replaced diesel fleets. Metro lines expanded at a record-breaking pace. Getting a license plate for a petrol or diesel car became intentionally difficult and expensive. Electric vehicles suddenly became the easiest choice. Another major shift was transparency. China installed hundreds of real-time AQI monitors and published data publicly every single hour. Once the public could see the truth, the system couldn't hide behind excuses, and the final battlefront was construction. Dust control became non-negotiable. Sites had to be covered, watered, regulated, and constantly monitored. Violations led to immediate shutdown. The results: within a few hours, Beijing's PM 2.5 levels dropped significantly. Breathing became safer. Sky became visible again.
हम इस वक्त देश की राजधानी दिल्ली में हैं। वो दिल्ली जिसके बारे में कहा जा रहा है कि ये दुनिया की सबसे प्रदूषित राजधानी है।
India's capital, Delhi, as the most polluted city on earth.
A thick cloud of smog hangs over Delhi.
Is this Beijing miracle possible in Delhi? Let's be very honest. Delhi can do many of these things, but not all. Unlike China, India is a democracy. Beijing could shut factories overnight. Delhi cannot. Beijing could relocate industries in a month. Delhi cannot. And Beijing could enforce rules without debate. Delhi cannot.
जान दे देंगे इसके लिए, क्या बात कर रहे हो आप? जान दे देंगे इसके लिए।
But here's the important part. Delhi doesn't need China's authorization style to improve its air dramatically. Delhi can absolutely expand electric buses, improve metro connectivity, regulate old diesel vehicles, enforce dust control, manage waste better, restrict polluting trucks, build green buffers, and increase AQI transparency. All of these are realistic and legally possible in a democratic system. The challenge is not impossible. impossibility. The challenge is coordination. Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, UP all act separately. Pollution doesn't understand borders, but policies do. Beijing succeeded because the entire region moved together as one plan, one mission. If the NCR region ever achieved that unity, Delhi's air can improve far more than people expect. There is another angle, one I talked about in my previous video, why corrupt politicians win again and again in Bihar. System don't fail because problems are big. System fail because people accept those problems as normal.
सुबह हम काम पे नहीं इसलिए नहीं निकलते कि प्रदूषण लगता है, तो हम 12 बजे आते हैं, इसलिए लेट आते हैं प्रदूषण के चक्कर से लेट। और
क्यों भैया, लगता है प्रदूषण महसूस होता है?
बिल्कुल होता नहीं, महसूस बिल्कुल होता है।
क्या लगता है?
सांस लेने में बहुत परेशानी होती है।
जो प्रदूषण फैला हुआ है, इससे दिक्कत होती है आप लोगों को?
बहुत ज़्यादा दिक्कत होती है इससे, इतनी दिक्कत होती है बहुत ज़्यादा। खांसी भी होती है, नज़ला भी जुकाम होता है, इससे बहुत दिक्कत आती है ये प्रदूषण से।
Beijing changed when its citizens refused to normalize toxic air. When the public pressure increased, policy speed automatically increased. Delhi, on the other hand, has slowly accepted pollution as a winter tradition. And once society normalizes a crisis, the system stops feeling urgency.
बात सिर्फ दिल्ली एनसीआर की नहीं है, बात पूरे नॉर्थ इंडिया की है, तमाम शहरों की, तमाम बड़े शहरों की है, जहाँ पर हवा में 11 सिगरेट जितना जहर घुला हुआ है और सरकारें हाथ पर हाथ धरे बैठी हुई हैं, किसी को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, साफ ऐसा महसूस हो रहा है।
That's the real barrier. Not lack of technology, not lack of money, not lack of solution, just lack of demand. Here's the simple truth. Delhi cannot copy Beijing's speed, but Delhi can copy Beijing's strategy. Delhi cannot copy China's enforcement style, but Delhi can copy China's planning. A Beijing level transformation is not impossible in Delhi. It is just slower, more complex and requires more cooperation than we currently have. If governments coordinate, if enforcement become consistent, and if citizens stop tolerating toxic air, Delhi will see improvement. Not a miracle, but a clear, measurable improvement. And that is worth fighting for. If this video gave you clarity or helped you see pollution from fresh angle, then consider subscribing Mindset Unlock. Here, we don't just explain topics, we connect them. From Delhi's pollution to Bihar politics, we decode how systems work and how mindset shape everything around us. If that adds value to your life, then hit subscribe. If not, then I'm glad that you stayed till the end. See you in the next one. Thank you and Jai Hind.
ज़्यादा डर लगता है, लेकिन अब क्या करें, जब गवर्नमेंट ही कुछ नहीं कर रही है इसमें, तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं।